In different stages of life, our responsibilities shift. We once raised the next generation, hoping for their healthy and happy growth. As time goes by, children grow up and develop their own ideas, plans, and arrangements. At this stage, we must learn to accept their decisions, as these are often made with good intentions. If we find their arrangements unsatisfactory, we should communicate properly and not squander their goodwill. Accepting their proposals doesn't mean completely abandoning our opinions, but rather involves open communication to better understand each other's needs, leading to more family happiness and joy. In summary, as parents, we need to accept our children's arrangements and recognize their goodwill. Only then can we build a more harmonious and loving relationship with them, enriching our homes with warmth and affection. 2. Do not interfere in children's household affairs. In a neighborhood, a young couple had a loud argument one evening. I looked down and overheard part of their conversation. The man questioned, "What does your mother mean by saying I am incapable? Haven't I treated you well? I think I earn more than most people my age." The woman comforted him, saying, "Dear, don't mind my mother. She has a sharp tongue but a soft heart." Later, with her comfort, the man went home, suppressing his anger. The next day, I learned from others that Xiaoya had recently wanted to buy a new car. She felt her old car had been used for many years and needed replacement. Due to financial constraints, she decided to borrow 20,000 yuan from her mother. Her mother agreed to lend her the money, but when the money was given to Xiaoya, the mother-in-law began to criticize her son-in-law. She felt that, as a man, he should be able to provide sufficient financial support for the family instead of having his wife borrow money. This criticism made the son-in-law very unhappy and feeling wronged. Xiaoya was also displeased with her mother's actions. Although she understood her mother's interference was out of concern, she felt it had crossed the line. One evening, Xiaoya had a serious conversation with her mother. She expressed gratitude for her concern and help, but hoped her mother could respect their choices and lifestyle. She explained that borrowing money for the car was not because her husband was incapable, but because their savings were in a fixed deposit, and they did not want to withdraw them and lose the interest. After hearing Xiaoya's explanation, her mother was silent for a moment, realizing she might have been too involved in her daughter's life and that her criticism had hurt them. She apologized to her daughter and son-in-law and promised to be more mindful of her words and actions in the future. After retirement, elderly people have more time and shift their focus from work to family. Many older individuals begin to concern themselves with their children's lives, hoping their guidance will prevent mistakes. However, seniors also need to learn how to adjust their relationships with their children, knowing when to let go and refrain from interfering in their household affairs. After all, children grow up with their own ideas and choices. Respecting their decisions and giving them space is crucial. By refraining from meddling, seniors can enrich their own lives and rediscover hobbies that were neglected due to work, such as painting, music, and travel. These activities not only enhance personal fulfillment but also help maintain a youthful spirit. Additionally, engaging in social activities and making new friends can broaden one's social circle. Not interfering in children's lives does not mean a lack of care. When children seek advice and help, it is important to respond positively and supportively. When they do not need assistance, it is essential to step back and allow them to explore and grow on their own. In summary, even if children are very filial, seniors should have self-awareness and follow these points to ensure a happy late life. 1. Do not live with your children. Living with your children in old age should not be assumed acceptable merely because they are filial. Generational gaps and differences in living styles and dietary habits can lead to conflicts. It is better for everyone to live independently according to their own habits, allowing for a more harmonious coexistence, which allows for a more harmonious and free coexistence. Don't wait until living together causes conflicts and strained relationships. Independence in old age is crucial for maintaining peace and avoiding unnecessary troubles. 2. Do not interfere in children's household matters. Do not assume that your children's filial piety grants you the right to meddle in their affairs. As children grow up, they develop their own fixed ways of thinking. It's important to let go when necessary. Children will have their own blessings, and it's best to avoid getting involved in trivial matters, including the education of grandchildren. Unlike the past when children grew up freely, today's children are enrolled in various classes from a young age. Old-fashioned views may seem outdated, so refrain from interfering. 3. Do not demand money from your children. In old age, do not demand money from your children simply because they are filial. The more filial they are, the more they might feel obligated to help, even if they lack the means. Future retirement should rely on your own savings. If retirement funds are limited, consider working within your capacity while you are still healthy, not only to stay active but also to earn extra income and establish a solid financial foundation. Avoid putting children in a difficult position, as not all have high salaries and many are working-class families. 4. Do not invest blindly. Avoid reckless investing in old age. If you lacked investment experience when younger, do not be envious of others who have made money from investments and risk all your retirement funds. The stock market carries risks, and investments require caution. Failure can have severe consequences, as older individuals may lack the capacity to recover. This can also increase the burden on filial children, who may feel reluctant to criticize their parents, indirectly adding to their responsibilities. Thus, avoid blind investments and keep your money in the bank to ensure its safety. 5. Do not travel frequently. Especially if you are over 70 and have chronic illnesses, avoid frequent travel. Even if your children insist on planning trips, travel should be limited as you age. Uncontrollable factors increase with age, and safety should be a priority. 6. Do not reject children's good intentions. Having filial children is a blessing. Do not refuse their arrangements, such as regular health checkups. The purpose of these checkups is to detect and treat minor issues early, preventing major illnesses and promoting health and longevity. In conclusion, even if children are very filial, seniors should have self-awareness and adhere to these guidelines to ensure a happy later life. Do not live with children, do not interfere in their affairs, do not demand money, avoid blind investments, limit travel, and accept their good intentions. By following these principles, you will be a wise elder. Thank you for watching today's share. I hope the content has touched you. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click subscribe so we can accompany you every day. Let's grow together, find happiness together, and age gracefully. See you next time.